Hello, this is Chris speaking.
Hi, Chris. It's Dan Kobielka from MSP Mentor calling.
Hi.
How's it going?
How you doing? I'm sorry about yesterday.
No worries. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. So,
Well,
how would you like to begin?
Well, I just had a few basic questions for you. Maria sent me some information about Business by Miles, and I had a chance to check it out on the website too. But I just had a couple of questions about that and just about the future of Miles technologies as well. But I guess I guess the first question I have for you is if you just kind of want to describe in your own words Business by Miles. Like I said, I had a chance to check it out a little bit on the website. And I'd kind of like to hear your own thoughts on it and just what the impetus was for it and how it's been going so far.
So I'll give it my best. I started Miles Technologies in '97, and right out of the gate, I found companies that needed software to help run their businesses better. So I started to create custom software because, quite frankly, there wasn't anything on the market that really did what people needed. Like a lot of this stuff stored information, but it didn't help run their businesses better. So I built a lot of custom software right out of the gate. And early, like 1999, I realized that we should be building web-based software. So we were pretty darn early at building software that was browser-based, So that was like 99. So we were definitely one of the early adopters of building software that would run on a browser. And we continued through this day to build custom software for companies. So whatever they're trying to accomplish. So we've done that for 17 years, and it's been great, and I love it. I have such a passion for understanding what a company needs and then building something that helps them accomplish more than they could without it. So that passion remains, and we continue to do that, and I believe there will always be a need for the real unique, completely custom products. But over the years, we've also found there's a lot of threads that are similar between businesses, things that other softwares don't provide, but yet are needed by pretty much almost every business. So what happened was it was 2008 that we started to design what is now called Business by Miles. And we started to have meetings with J.P. Lessard is my president of development, John Bilas is my COO, myself, and others. We started to meet and talk about, what could an offering be that is a product that would still keep our core tenet, which is helping people accomplish more, and but it would be flexible enough and configurable to a degree that businesses could have a better product to operate their companies than anything else on the market. And we started to lay that groundwork. We designed for about 2 years and then started development in 2010. And obviously that development continues throughout today. We launched Business by Miles on 1/1/2013, and we were the first customer. And so it's been excellent. We started bringing on actual other companies to run their businesses on it, starting in September of 2013. But we've been very selective, and we're in a stage where we work really closely with each customer to ensure success for them and to advance the product. And we're investing approximately $1 million a year into this product with very little income at this point because we've only got 5 paying customers on purpose. I mean, our company's this year will probably be about $16.5, $17 million company. But Business by Miles is an investment in the future of our company. It's not straddled with having to bring in a bunch of income right away. We see it as our future, our company's future, and our BHAG, our big, hairy, audacious goal is that in 9 more years that we get to the point where 10,000 companies are running on this platform. A step in that direction is this Saturday. This Saturday is the launch of self-service. So whereas we had to hold hands and assist our customers in becoming using the system to run their companies, this Saturday we launched self-service, where people will be able to go through a wizard-driven way to set up their companies. So that's really exciting for us because the product is really awesome, but yet it takes a lot of labor to help people get onto it. And we've worked for now about a half a year on this self-service model. So that, and also it'll help that smaller companies can take advantage of it too. Like, we were very selective in where we didn't want to, spend all the time bringing on a 3-person company when we were doing it manually. But now there's no disadvantage to, even small companies signing up and using the product. So that'll launch this Saturday.
Okay, great. I just wanted to clarify too, with the 5 customers that you have now, have they been able to try the self-service in beta mode, or has it just been unavailable to them entirely?
Yeah, unfortunately, they wouldn't need to because they're already set up.
Okay.
Wouldn't need to test that out. We have been testing and going over it with new prospects. There's a lot of interest, so we've got a lot of prospects. I mean, we've got, to us it's a lot. We've got over 100 companies that are interested in the product, but we've been holding them off. And now once we go self-service, we're still gonna help them with self-service, if that makes sense, so that we can get the pulse of them. Is it really easy? Is it, or are they hitting roadblocks? So I would call this Saturday's launch isn't going to be like we launch it and there's thousands of people coming. It would really be the same people that are prospects right now. We can now bring them on in an easier methodology, as opposed to hey, give us lists in CSV files and we'll import your customers, and the manual kind of migration of data and things like that. Now it'll be automated.
Okay, so that definitely, I imagine that definitely saves you guys a lot of time, and it saves your clients a lot of time too, because it's just it's completely streamlined.
Absolutely.
The way it's done. Okay.
Yeah, so we call our segment, our software segment, business productivity software, as opposed to, like, QuickBooks is an accounting software. Excellent system. We integrate with it. It's a great accounting system, but it doesn't really help you run a business. It doesn't touch HR and marketing and sales and operations and project management, and and all those items are things that Business by Miles does extremely well. And it integrates with accounting.
Okay, great. So how are you going to work after the launch on Saturday? I mean, are you going to target clients in specific verticals, or are you just going to try to target clients who are already, or prospects who have already been interested? I mean, can you just kind of describe your strategy from there?
Yes. The target market the initial target market is service companies, because it's got great features for service companies. I call it kind of like, service companies really haven't gotten to take advantage of the internet, most of them, whereas e-commerce has taken advantage of the internet, but service companies, the majority of them are still having their contracts signed with ink, and, still having their customers mail them checks, and still, doing a lot of things in multiple systems as opposed to an enterprise system. So it's really an answer for service companies to finally take advantage of what connectivity the internet can bring, pulling their customers, their vendors, their employees all into one homogeneous ecosystem, and that's what this thing does. So their customers can go into the system and find out what's going on. They can approve their contracts, they can pay their bills, their employees can come in and they can be dispatched, and they can do project management, and they can and when they do updates and things or messaging, it's automatically then talking to the customers, and so bringing it all together, and even vendors and subcontractors. That's a piece that we help. Business by Miles helps businesses that use other vendors to fulfill the services that they're providing to their customers. So the target market is really service companies, but I'll break it down a little bit further. Professional services like IT, obviously really works well for IT. We're an IT company, so we believe we have the best product for IT companies to run their businesses on. And for that matter, it fits extraordinarily well with other types of professional services like accounting, engineering, architecture, management consulting. All those ones where they've got they're either having time and material or they have service contracts. The system handles both of those things extraordinarily well, and subscription basis really, really well. And so that's a target market. And then the other one, which is interesting, is that it's not very different to help service industry, and we've done a lot of custom systems in the more of the, let's call it contractor services like plumbing, HVAC. Anybody who's dispatching, has projects, has subscriptions or service plans, excellent for those verticals. So those are the first target ones. Yet we have a payroll company that's on it now. We have an engineering firm that's on it now. So we've got other ones, and we even have a law firm that's looking to go on it because it really is kind of like case management, project management. And the cool thing is a lot of the other things that it does, like HR. We've got a company that they're a recruiting company, and they're using it because on the HR point, we have a system that we've never seen another one like it, where it really guides the whole interviewing processes when you're recruiting, and all the correspondence is back and forth, and it's just really, really good. So we've got some aspects in this system that even if they aren't a service company per se, they still want to use our system. They also, when you use our system, it also does all the marketing aspects that you would see a Constant Contact for or a Salesforce. It has opportunity tracking, customer relationship management. So like a company that utilizes this wouldn't need Salesforce or Constant Contact or a bunch of other products, HR products separately. It handles all, or project management, all that in one system.
Oh, definitely. I know one of the things I've noticed in the IT space especially is that it seems like a lot of companies are looking for like a one-stop shop, so to speak, where they can get something that does a lot of tools and automates it for them. And it sounds like, with, especially with the self-service, and it sounds like Business by Miles does just that.
I think we're on to something, but I won't tell you that we're a super success at this yet. Our company's successful, but this is a new product. And I'll measure success when we're helping hundreds of companies, eventually thousands, because I'm going to keep advancing this baby. This thing has 7 full-time developers on it that don't do anything else except this, and we're gonna keep the gap because we believe there's a giant gap between what exists out there today and Business by Miles. We think there's a big gap, and our plan is to keep that gap by continuing to invest in it and advance it so that nobody can catch us. I don't know if does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the plan, at least.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty solid plan to, if you have, if you're doing something good in the market, to expand the gap between competitors is definitely a good thing. And, to kind of advance what you have is definitely going in the right direction.
The one thing that's really unique about it, we think that we're way further along, because, this whole concept of responsiveness in websites, as you've, I'm sure, reported on and looked at, and, the fact that you build one website, it automatically adjusts to the different screen sizes and all that, that's a fairly new concept. It's really only a few years that it's even been out there. Take that to the level that we did, where we built this entire ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning System would be the typical term for it. We like to call it business productivity software, but we don't believe there's another product where it's completely responsive and does the amount of business functions that ours does. So what I mean by that is on any mobile phone, any tablet, every feature of our system is available, not a subset. So it's pretty advanced that way.
Definitely. Great. So I know you have self-service coming out on Saturday, and you already have business by miles in place. Just where do you see things going from here? I mean, what advances are you targeting in the future?
Well, we have a whole schedule of functionality and features that we are going to continue to build into the system. So it's going to continue to become more robust in the primary areas of HR, project management, service management, dispatching, financial contract management. I mean, it's already pretty robust in all those, but we still have, our wish list of things. And now that we've got a user base, even though it's small at this point, we're having user conferences, and we'll continue to, as we grow our user base, and we'll essentially get consensus on what other things we want to add to the system. But we've got plenty of work to do to continue that, widening that gap.